A very good morning to all our dear viewers, heralding the dawn of a new era. That's the Getty family for you, as I bring greetings from the entire Getty fraternity and accord you a very warm welcome to our live talk show today by the Global Education and Training Institute. Today's topic being developing life skills and motivational skills under the aegis of Disruptive Education Movement. Today, in this session of Detox, we are honored to have with us Mrs. Minakshi Mehra, our esteemed guest this morning, a speaker of great eminence. We look forward. My dear viewers, you're warmly welcome to this live session as a part of Getty's Global Disruptive Education Movement under the unmatched mentorship of respected Dr. Sunita Gandhi, who has not only conceptualized and founded it, but is tirelessly committed in bringing about a revolutionary transformation in education, be it through teachers' training that Getty provides, to in service and pre service training, so that the teachers themselves can spearhead this disruptive movement or a reformist curriculum of the literacy campaign, which is spreading its wings, reaching far and wide, making its presence felt as a people's movement. No matter what, dear viewers, we strive to disrupt education, that too positively. For the detox, we also invite policymakers, researchers, educators, and esteemed speakers from all around the world as agents of positive change. As profoundly as one can imagine, our present education system is currently evolving for the better. So today, we have Ms. Meenakshi Mehra. She is here to share her immense experience and expertise of 11 years in the field of education. She also happens to agree with the principles of Getty's disruptive movement, emphasizing on the need to break the shackles of the education system and to improve the prevailing one in the present scenario like never before. We reiterate its dire need and relevance in the current times, more than ever, as we listen to enlighten and enrich ourselves further by her views. But we won't begin before I throw light upon her core competence and expertise. She has been an administrator for the last 11 years. She's been awarded with the prestigious Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan Shiksha Ratna Samman in 2021. She's been also awarded the Best Principalship Award of the Year 2020 by Pinnacle Education Award. She has also been awarded Dr. Kalam's International Award of Excellence in 2021. And I think I could go on and on where Ma'am is concerned. Ma'am, we are really delighted and honored to have you with us. Right now, she is heading an institution of great repute, and she's been a great motivational speaker at all times. Ma'am, over to you for the entire
Thank you
show.
so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, and good morning to everybody, and good morning, ma'am, again. And thank you very much for this warm welcome and the way you have spoke about me. It was very nice. Thank you so much. And today's topic, which I have chose, is development skills and motivational skill, is only for one reason that we are lacking these kind of qualities in today's era for the students, especially when it comes to education sector. So choosing this topic is where in the NEP 2020, the government of India has brought this topic as a part of curriculum, which is very much required in from grade 5th onwards till grade 12. This is going to be a part of curriculum where we used to have only in MBAs earlier when used to be in college at that time, and we used to have a soft skill as a subject in MBA. But now in our curriculum in our schools also we are going to have as a part of education only, as a part of our curriculum will be soft skill training. As we have coding and everything, now we are going to have soft skills training also. So here, not taking much time, we'll go directly to the topic and we'll start that. So first is why we need developing skills, life skills and motivational skills. Now, coming where is like everybody will ask, what is life skill? For me, life skills are those necessary abilities which are generally not taught through books or education or curriculum, but are in the it's an aid which is tackling of real problems. Wherein we have seen in students also they don't have problem solving techniques. They don't know if you put them into certain situation, they just stop and they'll be thinking like what is to do next. So that is what where we this definition comes. What is life skill and how it is useful. Usually parents or guardians are the first ones who shows them the right path, yet in the current hustle and bustle parents forego the essentials of life skill. And we agree to that where we have a high speed of life where we all are running towards where the goal which is very far, we have to run from early morning 6 to night 9. We just run, and that is how even our students, our children are also running behind because they see us, and because the life is fast, we let go or we just forego things. We just forget things which is necessary for our children also, but that has a huge impact on their life. So, but this is it's a very rigorous things, not depending on maths and science, where from the very small age, very tenderest age, it comes and we develop that life skill to our little ones. And to be very in technical terms, the term life skill refers to the skill you need to make the most out of life. Any skill that is useful in your life can be considered a life skill. It can be, keeping up a cup or keeping a spoon or tying your shoelace or doing very small activity. It is called a life skill. Trying, see here, tying your shoelace, swimming, driving a car, or using a computer are the most basic examples of life skill. Broadly speaking, the term life skill is usually used for any of the skill needed to deal with your day-to-day life or with an effective or to meet up the challenges in the life. That is the main definition of life skill. Now here I want to focus on only a few life skills. If the list is beyond what I have mentioned here is only 5 life skills, but it's beyond that, it's endless, but I have mentioned only 5, which is more important according to me, which I believe that which I have seen in school also. It's very important. So when you first set, it's pretty easy. When you set up a goal in your life, it can be per se, student per se, or as an adult per se, where we say we are setting a goal, we need to achieve that target. We need to achieve that much of marks in school or a particular exam, or we need to complete that project you know as per our adults per se. So when you set up a goal, it's pretty easy to stay on track on it. You got a plan, you are working on the plan, and your motivational skills go strong because you're motivating yourself. Yes, I can do it, and I have to get that much of percentage in particular exam, especially in science, maths, or whatever, English. You set up your own targets because it's very easy because you are framing your own frame of mind where you are setting goals for yourself, and in initial stage it's very easy to keep on track, to track yourself. Yes, I'm going, I have done this much, I this much is left, and I have to work more on certain aspects of that particular project. So as time goes, however, it is not uncommon to start losing your own motivation because that happens. You might have noticed that when you start something, if you are very much enthusiastic, yes, I can do it, and I'm going to finish that, and I'm going to achieve that goal. But as the time goes on, that motivation starts coming down. And why that happens? Because you need to motivate yourself and you need to go on track. You lose your track. Being a human, yes, of course, you have the tendency of losing your own track. And it's very uncommon to start losing your motivation and getting, off course. In order to develop the momentum and the stamina required to achieve that success, there are several life skills, where it's an endless skills where we have that, but here are few. Here are only five few which I have mentioned. That is number one, believe you will succeed. Number two, have confidence in your abilities. Number three is determination, and that is firm determination. Number four is motivation, and number five, which I believe is awareness. So here I'll elaborate all the points one by one. Number one is believe you will succeed. So for success to become a reality, it's absolutely crucial that you believe in what you are doing. It's absolutely very easy to understand because you need to focus on what you are believing in your own self. The second person will believe you when you believe in your own self. Nobody will, come and have a go on you where you have to focus on yourself first. You have to believe in yourself. Yes, I can do it. Nobody will come and say yes, you can. But yes, people will be there to push you, but you will be there. You have to push your own self. Second thing is it's easy at the beginning because you are focused on what you stand to gain from the achieving your goals. As I said earlier, it's very easy in the initial stages where we set up a goal or set up a target for our own self and we focus on it. It's very easy because we have only set our goals and it's very easy to retract from the track also, but it's we have to focus on that. We need to believe in ourselves daily. We need to tell ourselves, yes, I can do it. And we don't need where there is no need to yes, there are things where we lose our track and go beyond certain things, but here we need to focus on our goals, then only we will succeed. So as time goes on, you may gradually forget how excited you were and you start to lose that inner fire. So that fire should be burning. That happens. Being human, that happens. To avoid this possibility, be sure to keep your vision strong and clear in your mind. That's a basic, front line where you need to keep these things in mind that you have to avoid this thing that you cannot do it, you can do it, and there is nothing that is going to stop you from that. Now the last thing is visualization. Visualizing your own self, like how you after succeeding, how it will be, how you are going to be, and how good you feel after you have succeeded that project, or you have gained certain marks, or you have accomplished whatever you wanted to. Visualization, when done right, is among the most powerful of all life skills. This is like where you that also lies again to the basic thing, believing in yourself. Now for that, what you can do it, write down your write it down or jot it down in a piece of paper or a stick on or like diary where you can read it again and again, and to create a visual reminder where that vision is not gone beyond your eyes. It should not go off your eyes. It should remind you again and again what goal you have set, you have kept for your own self. So it can be in form of drawing, painting, or a magazine, or a photo, or anything that represents that basic goal. So that is what that will keep you in focus. That will keep you in track. That is the goal you need to achieve. In that you have to work on it, and when you again and again see those things, that inner fire doesn't go off. That inner fire will come. Yes, I have to do it. Yes, I need to achieve that goal. It will not lose that. Now coming to the next point, have confidence in your abilities. Now there is no need to underestimate yourself. Why I have kept this, because I have seen in children where they underestimate their abilities. It happens to us also as teachers or as an administrators. We underestimate our abilities. Oh, can I do it? Will I be able to finish that? Why to question yourself? No need to question yourself, no need to underestimate your own abilities. When you underestimate your own abilities, you step down from your self confidence. So first thing is have confidence in your own ability. What are see every human is different, every child is different, as we say. We all have our own set of abilities. We all have something different from the other. So we need to keep that thing as our own power. That thing, that thing is what in us and as a human is there as a fire, and that is what we need to burn it. As Abdul Kalam ji said, you need to burn your own inner fire by yourself. You need to have that thing burning continuously in yourself where you are pushing yourself towards the goal, towards the achievement. That is what keeps you on and on in your life till you are there on this earth. So coming back, your confidence may be strong at the start, but it can quickly fade when you encounter obstacles or setbacks. That we have seen, obviously, because we lose our confidence. Or if somebody says, "Oh, why you are going? You're putting so much of energy into that. You're not going to achieve that goal." You will lose your confidence. So my, advice to you will be stick to it. Have patience. Stick to what you have set your own goals, what you have, kept your target. Stick to that. And if it happens, remember that you once believed that you had the ability to achieve that success because you, as I said earlier, believing in yourself, believe your own thing, believe in your abilities. That is what is going to lead you towards your goal. Remind yourself why you left that way. So you have to, as in the previous slide, I have just said that you have to keep small reminders or small visual links to yourself, like a photograph or a diary note or a visual screen where it reminds you continuously that is your target. So keep reminding yourself that is your target. You will not lose and you will not lose your confidence and it will keep you in track. In fact, you will find it helpful to write these reasons down when you first set a goal and then keep reading them back to yourself when you feel your confidence is starting to fade. Even I do that till date. I jot down everything in a small diary, and I end of the day I do keep reading it that these are my targets and this is the thing that I need to achieve. There are obstacles, there are hurdles, and every day is not the same. So every day cannot be a rose day or a very, a jolly day where things happen. And some days are very dull day, very gray day, but when it is a gray day or even a black day, there is always a silver line. So we need to find that silver line and that nobody's going to do. We need to do it ourselves. So to the students also, I would like to say, try to find out what good happened in that entire day. Before you go to bed, at least open your diary or the thing that where you have set your goals or where you have written yourself that what you want to achieve. Read those things. Read that points that you have jotted down. That will keep yourself motivated. That will keep your abilities. That will not let you down and will remind you what you are capable of. Now, keeping in mind that obstacles or setbacks are temporary and a part of learning curve, you need to know that it is just a phase of time. Yes, as humans, we lose the, you lose those things and we just go with that thing. Yes, it's happening. It's lose of time and I'm not able to do that. We lose our confidence. It's all temporary. To all my children and to all the people who are, watching, I would like to say that it's all temporary that we are having the phase. We can have a bad day, a worse day, but a very good day is waiting for us. So we need to wait. So we need to just have the time go, keep confidence in our own self where things will happen smoothly. Have patience. Second thing is strong confidence in your own ability. Having confidence like what is your own abilities, you should never doubt in yourself. Is enough, to parole your through your success. Third is determination. Believing in your eventual success and your ability to achieve is a great start, but you also have to determine to make it happen. If your determination moves here and there, whether I should do it, whether I should not do it, whether I should go for aviation or whether I should go for MBA, you are not going to be anywhere. So, as elders, or it's always said, keep your both feet in one boat. Then only you'll be able to travel. Then only you'll be able to go and to go towards the shore, towards your goal. So you need to determine what you want. You need to fix up your mind towards one thing, what you want in your life, what goals you have set. So that determination towards anything is important, and that holding towards that thing is very important too. Where you have set your goals should not move. Okay, today somebody is saying go for a NIFT, or today somebody is going for an aviation or to the navy, or somebody is saying go for an IIT. So that should not shuffle your mind. You need to determine what you want and what capabilities you have, whether you are capable of doing certain things or not. That particular determination means the most. Keep your determination strong by refusing to be held back by obstacles and reminding yourself daily why your goal is important to you. So, self determination and reminding that is obviously very important. Determination is like an ember that burns in your belly, and that you just please listen to this. It's very important that we have, when you keep certain things, when you're determined to have first grade or first 10 grade of rank that you want, or A plus in your studies, that is how you determine yourself in your goals. You determine, so to get that goal, what you do, you focus more on studies, you focus more on how to achieve that goal. So when that thing burns in your own self, you refuse to give up, and that is what it matters. And when you refuse to give up, you achieve your goal. Sometimes determination end up being the key life skill leading to success. Now, the fourth one is motivation. Staying motivated can also be a challenge, especially the one newest in the excited of your goals have gone off and it's being to feel like work. 9 times out of 10, motivation requires a simple decision to remain optimistic and inspired. And that happens. We lose motivation. We lose, something exciting comes up, we lose that. And as I mentioned, 9 times out of 10, I have seen, and it happened to me also, where I lose it. I lose my optimism. I lose everything because my motivation skills goes down. And then because why we need to motivate ourselves, because we need to focus. We need to remind ourselves. And again, I have to open my diary and I have to open and see, read again why it is important, why I am doing this, and why am I, my mind is not, focusing on one thing. But the second thing is also seems very exciting to me. So what shall I do? So that time, what you need to do is keep calm, focus on, what you have set your goals. Again, open up your diary, find something to read, or take a book, find something to read, very interesting. Focus where you, or listen to some music. So what happens is when you divert your mind and then you focus back on your things, your determination, your motivation comes to a clear path. You'll see things clearly. So find ways to keep your motivation high in your goals. It's truly important. Read books by people who have achieved impressive results. So that also helps, reading a book. People who have already achieved. Why I have mentioned this, because they were in that books, you will find how difficult it was to, when they have set some goal and they have achieved it. So all the struggles and everything will motivate you. They will inspire you. They can be an a kind of inspiration for you. Talking to other successful people who have demonstrated tenacity and gone into achievements, amazing results. When it we talk to people, first thing is we don't talk to people. This is what you and I have seen. We just set ourselves back, why to talk and why to show that I don't have that, skill or ability. But for me, even if you don't have, and if you just come down to think that I don't have and I'm here to learn, when you have that thing in mind, everybody, trust me, when you are sitting in a talk or you are sitting in a group or chatting to somebody, you will be like a sponge. You will absorb every single thing when you sit there as a learner, not as a person who has high ego or egoistic person where why should I talk? Why should I say that I don't have the ability to do it, and why should I show off? And these people will not understand what I want to say. Then you are not going to learn. So when you sit in a group of people, or at home, or with friends or anyone at work also, and when you sit as a learner, trust me, you will gain. Your bags will be full of knowledge. The moment you leave that room, you will have gained so much. Every person has some or the other thing to give, and you will be inspired. Trust me, you will be inspired so much with the people whom you have met. No matter what, you are meeting that person for the first time, but that will motivate you. That will give you kind of motivation because you're sitting as a learner, than to be an egoistic person like, oh, he is having that, I don't have that, and I don't want to talk to that person. Keeping your ego aside and being as a learner, that will help anybody. It will everywhere. It can be to a student, it can be to a teacher, or an administrator, what I can say. The more you pump yourself up, the stronger your motivational state will be. Being your own cheerleader is the basic skill. You need to motivate yourself. You need to cheer up for yourself. One task if you have done, and one step you have done, you know, cheer yourself, pat on your own back, and say, yes, you have done a good job. Right? Yes, if we have done this much, we can reach our goal. We can, at least one step is always important. Then to the towards reaching the goal. I always say, winning the race is not important. you know, Standing there in the line and running with so many people, showing your ability that you can run, that is important. Winning the race is also a cherry on cake, no matter it's there, but you have the guts to stand in front, you know, of the race. It's not about the race which we are running or students are telling is that life race where we are all standing together and we are all running towards a certain goal in our own life. But standing up there, showing the space where you can do it, telling your own self, that matters a lot. Coming up to the next point is awareness. Finally, the stay on lookout for any sign of self-sabotaging behavior or vanishing interest is also very important. If you notice that you are acting in ways that don't further your goals, um, or support your success, get to the root problems quickly so you can get back on track. You need to be very alert and to the tendency to undermine yourself and to resolve or to give up and deal with very swiftly. Problems will come. You need to be aware of what is first is you need to be aware of what is happening in your surroundings and whether you can resolve your problems. Here comes the critical thinking, where maximum of the people with egos, they don't do it, where we lack our skill because we have the ego is much bigger than the problem solving techniques. So we need to bring the ego down and we need to have the critical thinking much more up. So where we can, bring the awareness of how we can come out with the problems. Problems are going to come till we die. The thing is how we need to solve this problem, how we need to have that critical thinking, problem solving techniques where we are able to come out of the problems very swiftly. That matters a lot. Now, next is trust that you can accomplish amazing things. Again, believing in your own self. So, you are capable of success in every area of your life. It is not about talent or circumstances or luck. It's about learning and applying certain life skills and then monitoring your results and making little adjustments in your approach. Now, setting goals is something we do naturally. And the trouble is, most of us tend to do it almost unconsciously without taking time to, you know, have that perfect process. So then, when the things don't turn out the way we had hoped it, we, we realize or we get disappointed in a way where we doubt our own selves. First thing is when you are setting a goal for your own self, you need to think that you whether you are going to accomplish it or how you are going to, you know, have that thing, whether it is in your reach or not. My point is that. So what happens is unconsciously we keep certain goals which are out of our reach and which are not physically possible or feasible for us to do. It's a huge goal, and that may take time. So what happens is when that particular goal is too far and we are not able to reach on time, the steps are we have many steps to reach to that goal. What happens is we get disappointment that we are not able to you know have that thing in our success. We are not able to accomplish that. So when that happens, we lose our own we doubt our own self, we doubt our own capabilities, we doubt, and then what happens is we lose what we have. We lose the confidence that we have. We question our own selves. So when that thing comes, we lose our life skills. We lose basic things. We get angry on small things, and where we lose the focus on small goals which are you know easily achievable. So here I'll add one more point before going to motivational skills. If you are setting certain goals for yourself, have small goals for yourself where it's easy to achieve. When you achieve certain goals in certain time, what happens is when the target is very slow or very small and it's easy to achieve, that increase your self confidence. So here coming to the student's point of per se, where have a small goal to yourself, have a target or small marks for yourself where it's easy to achieve. And when you achieve that, instead of A plus should be your main target, and before that, D plus should be your target, or C plus should be your target. When you receive that goal, or at least you out of 50, if you're getting 35 or 40, you should be happy. That kind of goal you should keep. In the term exams, it should be 40, and in the annual exam, it should be A plus. So obviously, steps by step, nobody can run and win the race in starting stage. You need to walk first, you need to run then. First thing is you need to stand, then run, then walk, and then run. These three things you need to keep in mind, especially student per se. So when I'm talking about you need to stand, doesn't mean you need to stand. It means that you are thorough with that particular thing. Then coming to work, you can achieve certain goals. Give a try for certain exams. You give a try to certain, task which is not particularly to the school. You can go for the outer exam also, where you are setting a goal, and then when you clear that goal will be that you when you clear that you receive you're achieving that goal, you gain confidence. And when you gain confidence, your motivational skills or your targets you can achieve in life, and you can have the confidence. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I can do MBA. Yes, I can be an aviation manager, or I can be certain person in life. More than that, you will be a very good human being. Coming to that standard, coming back to the motivational skill. Now, this term motivation comes from Latin. It's called mover, meaning to move. It's very easy to make out from this. It's like motive, meaning moving on, meaning causing motion, concerned with an initiation of an action. Motivation is therefore the pure sense and incentive towards the action. Motivation then is what drives us to achieve our goal. But what can you do to increase the motivation to those who to lead? And now, why it is like why I have mentioned this is to moving on, where in life we have certain problems and we stuck there for certain time. So at that time, what you need to do, you need to motivate yourself. You need to appreciate yourself. You need to pat on your own back and tell that you can do it, and you have uh, so many capabilities that you can. There are certain things you can achieve very easily. So here, when you motivate yourself, and you are motivating means you are moving on from that problem. So as for this also, I remember there is a term called depression. So if you break that word, depression, it comes deep rest. So as a human, as a body, we don't go into depression. We need deep rest. We need deep rest from the problems that we have in our life. We need a break from the problems or the situation that we are facing right now. Why? Just to restart it again. And in that point where we are having a deep rest, we are motivating ourselves. We are analyzing the problems, what we can do, what we cannot do, what is in our reach, and what is beyond our reach, and what things what is in our reach, how can we solve the problem? Now, here, I have few very simple areas that make a huge difference for motivational skills. So here are again I have taken only 5 motivational skills and techniques that can help anybody. So the first is set yourself a bigger goal, set smaller goals along the way, as I said. Number 3 is do your research. Number 4, get support. And number 5 is staying positive. Here I a little bit elaborate that setting yourself a bigger goal. Now, a goal is something you want to aim in life, but it doesn't have to be 20 years of time. So, as I said, have a bigger goal which have a little bit even a longer time and a smaller goal which you can achieve easily. Where here I'm talking, it's like a goal where, as I said, for an annual exam you need to keep, and that annual exam should be your bigger goal in life. You have entire year for yourself to achieve that goal to get A plus. Coming to that, it could be passing exams and carrying on studies, get an apprenticeship, earn enough money to spend summer working abroad. That will definitely give you, if you use this, having a summer break or working somewhere in McDonald's or somewhere that earns and gives you money. It's not about earning money in your summertime. It's about boosting your confidence that if there are certain projects where you need a drone or you need, some science projects. I know people, I've seen students where they are doing summer jobs just to get their own things. And being self-reluctant and self-confidence is not a bad idea. Even your parents will appreciate because you will know how hard it is to earn money. You will understand the value of money when it comes to this. And second thing, it will definitely boost your confidence. Getting your foot into the door and to a great organization. As I said, as I gave an example of McDonald's, or you can go to Subway or have small internships. Or there are many institutions who are there outside who can, give you an internship, and it's a bigger company, but they give small jobs just to give you confidence, just give you work, and their work is done, but you will get your own, you will be able to achieve your own goal. Keep reminding yourself how you will feel when you complete your goal. So you need to remind yourself again and again how happy you will be when you have received, reached that particular target or you have finished that. When the reward is within your reach, you will find it easier to stay motivated and to finish that, particular line. So keep things in your reach. This is what I want to say here. Don't keep things which are beyond your reach. That will give you disappointment in life. So keep things which is easily available and it's easy to achieve. In work also, certain things, certain targets are, you can achieve that targets. So keep those things in your hands, so where you complete that goal, and it's easy for you also to boost your morale. Now, coming to the next point is set smaller goals along the way. So whenever the main goal, whatever it is there, or as in the previous one, we have seen the larger goals. Here is small goals to reach to the larger goals. It's a chain process. So you will need to have smaller steps to get there. This can be, completing a training course, applying for work experience, or getting a Saturday job, as I said, volunteering in local community. when you volunteer, here I want to add one small point is when you volunteer for the local community, that will enhance many skills. First thing is you will have a very huge friend circle. Second thing, as I said, you will be able to learn a lot from others. Then you can sit and analyze that you have done a good job by, coming into a local community. Nowadays, what I have observed, students, they don't want to go social. They don't want to be socialized. Where it is little heart pinching, where because they don't go out, they don't interact, they don't want to because I am something and my father does this. That doesn't mean that your father does it or your father is there. Or in fact, coming to the work experience also, there are people where you don't know me. Yes, we don't know you. So why? And I am so and so. But when these kind of people are, kept in that community or into a group of people, you need to see that how much you know. You need to question yourself, how much do I know? How much that person knows? So sitting into that community in a group of 25 people, when you sit there, sit silently and listen to what the other people have to say, how much knowledge they have. There is so much to learn from every single person. And then when you know that, it will definitely increase your morale, it will definitely increase your level of thinking. And trust me, once you come out from that group, your level of thinking, what you went inside, and the level of thinking, what you're coming outside, will be way different. Now, back again, coming down to your ambition into smaller tasks will make it feel easier from day to day, and constant progress will keep you motivated. Make a list of all the steps and take satisfaction in crossing each of it when you complete them. So as I have said, you need to pat yourself again and again. That will keep yourself motivated. Now, do your research before going to anything. Don't blindly set your goals. You need to research whether it's feasibly possible or not. People often give upon their plans because their expectations are too high. They are not quite ready to make such huge leap, or they are not ready to make such steps to achieve that goal. So they easily get disappointed. So what happens here is there is no harm in thinking big, and you need to think big. I'm not telling you not to think big, but whether you are able to reach that thing or not, you need to research that whether I am able to, how fast or how much time will it take to complete that project or to get that goal. That you need to think. You need to do research. If suppose you are planning to buy a car, which car is necessary, which car is nice, or how much whether you want a petrol car or a diesel car or an electric car, you need to do a research particularly to do that. When you target that, I'm just giving an example of car because it's easy nowadays. School boys or everybody is like targeting. I have fancy things, but do you need that? If yes, then do a research to it. Why do you need that? First question should be why. Why do you need that? So because we live in a world where everything is all on show offs. She is having an iPhone. I should also have an iPhone. If she is having a Pro, I should have a Pro. If she is having a laptop, I should have an iPad. Why not? Just to show them down. That you need to think. To show you are setting a target to show others down, or whether you need that or not. Whether you need that particular thing to get those things completed. Whether it is for your betterment or not. Whether that thing is going to help you in certain ways or not. So you need to do a research on that. So though you need to remember that getting a job as it's, let's say, a mechanic, a journalist, or a nurse will take time, and that's hard work. Don't be discouraged, but do be realistic about what it will take to achieve your goals. Do your research, and set your plans accordingly. Then it will, take a start, feel, and much more achievable. When it is achievable, you definitely you're going to be happy and you're going to be feeling motivated. Now get support. Here, this is the most important part of the entire show whatever the entire thing, life skill and motivational skill is getting support. So we need support being human. So we need to have someone to chat with, or we need someone to be there with us who has a listening ear. It can be our parent, teacher, or anybody who is, or a friend who can, be there to support us, to guide us whether we are going to achieve it or not. And they just need to be with us in our journey. So you will no doubt, get some, valuable advice from your elders, teachers, friends, anyone, to give you encouragement to get the end result. So just from hearing, second opinion from anyone, from your supporter or some friend, is not a loss, I guess. Plus, once people they know about your goals, you'll find it's not harder to abandon it, and that will give you more strength and more commitment to complete that particular goal. Next is staying positive. Be prepared for obstacles on the path to achieve your goals, and there might be few, but that's to be expected, and that's completely normal to have obstacles when you are setting a goal. So when there is an issue, you need to resolve that. How to problems are there, how to get over it, what is the solution, what's next. That should be the attitude. When that is the attitude, well, definitely you're focused on your goal. That shows how focused you are on your particular thing. So don't rush. Even if things are in your reach, don't rush. You need to no need to overreact. You need to be normal, relax, think them through. The most importantly, don't give up. So you don't. There is no need to be giving up easily. This is what I think. The challenge here is that comes your way, is to work towards your goal with working towards it pricelessly. An experience that comes when you're working towards certain things is beyond anything, and that will help you, build your skills and knowledge. And don't be discouraged. Take them on board as a part of process. Things do come. So we need to be as like life is part and parcel of life. So you never know what you're going to discover from the things which are not working your way also. There will be some things that you will learn. Now, here is the last thing which I want to conclude on life skills and motivational skills. Regardless how prepared your students, kids, and you are actually, they need confidence. They need to know they can manage, they can manage the adulthood. Now, there is something where we call childhood and adulthood. The process between childhood, and adulthood is where the children loses a lot. So I want the parents to focus more on that, where they are on the age of becoming an adult. Still, they are not an adult, so that path is difficult for them also, and for us also to make them understand what is life, how it is going, and it's okay to fail. It's okay to do mistakes. It's okay if you are not able to achieve something. So we need to be there with our children, with our students at that point of time. Despite how competitive this generation young adults are, they can, paradoxically feel unprepared for adulthood. So they are anxious and they have an inflated sense of the impact missteps might have, on their future. So it's a very crucial time for them also, for us as a parent also. So being an adult, we need to, have that thing with them, as I said. We need to be with them. We need to, guide them properly for them not to take any disastrous step. So because it's a very tender thing where we just overlook it, we don't focus on that. But here we need to have an eye on that. Here they worry, the children they worry more about failing, more about disappointing themselves because their targets are high. Their what goals they have set for life is very huge. They have not set small goals where they can achieve. Many things are there where they can achieve very easily, but they fail to do that. So give your students, opportunities to fail and let them fail. It's okay. You need to guide them as a teacher, as a as if I'm sitting here, I want my students or my child to fail. It's not that he is not capable of doing. No, they are capable of doing, and it's okay to do. It's okay to feel. We are humans. We need to understand. We need to tell them that we are not perfectionists. It's good you think that you have to be a perfectionist, but there is no one in the world who is perfect. There are some flaws. We are there with the flaws, and we need to accept that. Accepting your own flaws gives you are going to be a leader when you accept your mistakes. So that we need to make them understand. So when the stakes are low, and if they make a mistake, gradually help them understand that the world didn't end. Here, what happens, they go very easily, and I have observed, it's my personal experience where I've seen children going into depression. And that worst things do happen. So I don't want that happen. It should happen to any of the child. So please encourage the child. If happens, if they fail, if they are not able to achieve something, it's absolutely okay. We need to guide them. Things will get better. Reassure them that your love for them does not hinder in a living error-free. In the end, you are not looking for a perfection. You are just trying to help your child or a student to make a transaction, from in a very graceful manner. So here it is our duty as an adult to guide them, help them out, um, make this process a very joyful process that they will remember throughout their life than to be thinking that I was not able to achieve, I was a failure. So I would like to thank you for being very patient and listening to me. And I would like to end this slide. Zoya ma'am, please
A very
unmute.
patient, enjoyed the session because it was an absolutely engaging session from your end. Your
Thank
thoughts
you.
have been very clear and well defined. They've been self explanatory too. Ma'am, on this topic, we can keep going on and incessantly we can deliberate with you over your thought processes. But we all will agree that no presentation or discussion can be summed up in a defined timeline.
Agreed.
The relevant and relatable points made by you, ma'am, have been very clearly addressed and have surely thrown light upon the key areas which need to be also an intrinsic part of our education system. So, ma'am, a few questions would benefit us, and I request you to kindly take up the questions,
Yes, ma'am, please.
if I may, ma'am.
Yes, please, ma'am.
My first question is, ma'am, how can teaching life skills benefit the students?
It's a very valid question. First of all, thank you for bringing the question. And see, in our everyday life, we find that there are many problems, as I have shown in the PPT also. So, what I feel is the problem here is not development skills, is problem solving techniques. If it comes to students, if it comes to us, and but for student per se, if you're asking, problem solving techniques is more important, and that is where we are able to see whether the child is able to think out of the box or not. So what happens, and you might have observed in nearby areas and students or children, they are very good in blaming the games. They have a tendency of blaming games instead of problem solving techniques. Like if you are given some target, or they are playing a normal cricket game also. So when it comes to like he's out, I have seen children here like he's out, blaming each other, than to coming up with a project like, okay, can we solve this question? Can we are able to there it is like the leadership quality arises in the child where he or she is having or capable of solving, certain problems at that time rather than blaming the entire. Certain times, for an example, I'll give you when we go on round, especially being a principal, you go on a round and your class is making noise. You ask the monitor why the class was making noise. So what happens is they'll be like, this child was talking, they were not. When the reading task is given, then why there is noise? So here, what happens? You will see the child, and it's very easy and it's very common to see where the children are blaming rather than coming to a solution. This happened, or we have a problem solving technique where the monitor or head boy or a head girl is able to take the onus on themselves that we were not capable of doing it, or we were doing this, we were not focusing on the class to make them quiet. So here there are two different things you will find. First thing is very easily to see is having blaming each other. We see in ourselves also, in adults also you will find it's very easy to blame others. Oh, she did that. We are not taking the owners on ourselves. When we take the owners on ourselves, we have the capability of problem solving techniques. So that benefits life skill. That is the major part of life skill, problem solving technique. So once that has, nobody is, you are a, nobody can stop you. So that is a major skill for, as you have questioned, what is a technique that benefits the students? Problem solving technique.
Thank you so much. Absolutely taken, ma'am. Absolutely taken. As you said, the onus and accountability needs to be seriously developed in each one of us. Now, as we move on to the next question, ma'am, what is the one important skill, according to you, that all of us should develop, even as adults, right from the
Complex
time we
problem
are
solving.
students till we are adults? Thank you.
Complex problem solving techniques, ma'am. That is what I believe we don't lack. We lack into it. We don't have that. Complex problem solving techniques or critical thinking, what we say in a simple language. We lack that because we have, as I said, we have huge egos. When the ego take it over, we are not. We have the capability of doing it, but when the ego take it over on us, we become incapable of. So that time we need to remember that the problem solving techniques or the critical thinking or the complex problem solving technique, that is what everyone should have.
Thank you so much. As you said, critical thinking really it is clearly self-directed and self-disciplined. Being able to think for yourself is a key skill at a time where the concept of career and workplace is also changing in the present scenario. We have surely tried to delve into the intricacies to understand your strategies of the entire phenomena. Deeply as educators, we cannot deny that as parents, as educators, and as a community on the whole, we need to nurture today's young and ignited minds and equip them with these much needed skills, ma'am. Once again, let me tell you that we are truly delighted to have you with us on the forum. The viewers who have
Thank
been
you.
watching us, a big thank you to you all, and also the viewers who will eventually be watching. I'm sure we'll have a lot of takeaways with them, which will help each one of us to nurture the young and ignited minds for whom we have to shoulder a great responsibility. Thank you so much, everybody. All our viewers, ma'am, once again,
Thank you.
we're truly grateful to have you with us, and we look forward to having you once again for another session with
Looking
another
forward.
beautiful and thought provoking topic. Thank you so much.
Looking forward to it, ma'am.
With
Thank you so
this,
much.
I sign off. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.